YouTube friends, it's Rainy and Shadow from the Woolly Llama Shop, and we are back with day 76 of 100 Days of Halloween 2025 crochet-a-long. And if you're new here and wondering just what the heck we're doing, well, stay tuned to the very end of the video and I'll explain it all. I'm going to kind of change up the thing. I think I did it last Friday where, I just jump right in and tell you everything that's going on and explain the whole process, but, yeah. Anyway, so if you are new here, like I say, stick around. If you're a returning viewer, thanks for coming back. Thanks for stepping back into the madness with me. So, as you know, I was off over the weekend, but you know what? I actually got some stuff accomplished this morning and kind of over the weekend. I don't know how I do it, didn't know how I found the time, but I did. And so I did not draw this first square I'm going to show you. This is one of the extra ones that I found last week, and it is absolutely adorable. So this is actually supposed to be a coaster, but I turned it into a block. I did have to modify it just a tiny bit to make it big enough. I think I added just a few rows, just extra rows, and I made the eyes just a little bit bigger. I got his little bolts. I think those are, no, I added one row to the bolts, one row to the eyes, both this way and this way. And his mouth has one extra row, but the little cheeks, they're the same. So this part is tapestry, like where the green and the black are together on the top and bottom, but then the rest of it is cross-stitched. So I thought he was rather cute, and it should be the Frankenstein blanket because, well, this is one of my favorite motifs that I like to keep using. I think this will be the third one I've used in the blanket, but no, the spiders spoke and the spiders are getting their turn. So that was the one block I got done. And then there's this one. Now I actually drew out this applique here, right here, this part of it. But then I found out when I was doing the applique that you can just hook it to the spider and make a granny square out of it. She actually had a pattern for that too. I don't know how I overlooked the block. But it's like I said, I keep finding new stuff every day. And to go along with this one, there's a kitty cat that I do believe Missy will absolutely love. I don't know if she has any more room for any more blocks, but you can do a kitty cat in the same fashion as the spider. So that is what I got accomplished over the weekend for my, well, the weekend and this morning. Because I hopped right up, and technically this is today's block that I worked on today. I worked on this one Saturday and Sunday and finished it this morning because all I had left was like one eye left to do. So I do have a little bit of time before I go to work on Saturday and Sunday morning. If I get up and get going and get myself moving, on the days where I'm slower, I don't have as much time, but I have about 10 or 15 minutes maybe, just depending on how fast I get ready for work. And then I do sometimes, on my lunch breaks sometimes I actually don't take a nap. Sometimes I actually get to crochet. And this weekend was one of them. This weekend I actually got 30 minutes of good uninterrupted crochet time. So, and then we shall draw from Jinx, the jack-o'-lantern of joy. What does Jinx have for us today? Not very darn many. We're at what, 76? So we've got 24 more days. All right, Jinx, what we got? Well, Jinx says we're doing square number 96 today. So let me pull open my list here. 96. It is a tutorial. You'll see it right about here. And it is by Autumn Olive Crochet. I'm going to quick subscribe to them because I'm not subscribed to them. It is the Cat Quilt Square Crochet Tutorial. So another kitty cat that we can, another black cat we can put in the mix. And so that is like the new business. Now, hold on, let me write this down in the calendar before I forget. All right, so we were at 96. Cat. What was it called? Give me just a second. Let's see, Cat Quilt Crochet. Okay, got that written down. Now, for those of you who are new here, well, this is going to be quite a treat for you. 100 Days of Halloween started way back in July. Approximately July 23rd, I believe, was the first day. I was cooking up this idea that I wanted to celebrate the upcoming fall and the Halloween season. And so I wanted to do a blanket with 100 blocks, one for each of the 100 days of Halloween. However, my plans had to change because I made a big central blanket, or a big central block for the blanket, because of the theme, the blanket that Spiders built. And so my design changed from 100 to 105 blocks. It's no longer 10 by 10, it is 10 by 12. And so the one central block takes the place of about 16 blocks, and therefore I have 104 other blocks that I'm going to put in to the blanket. The blanket that Spiders built was purely random because Jinx thought I needed all the spider blocks in the beginning of the make-along, crochet-along. And so spiders very quickly became the theme of my blanket. I have them all arranged on paper. I have it arranged so that I'm going to put spiders in strategic places. My central block has a spider that has crochet hooks, and I'm going to try to embroider or applique more crochet hooks throughout the afghan to make it look like the spiders are actually the ones making the blanket. And I'm putting them together with a modified spider web join. So I say it's modified because I did have to modify it a bit to make things fit. I am still kind of working it out. I'm not really showing you what I'm doing just yet, in case I have to tear it out. But once I get it going and get a good process going, I'll show you everything that I'm putting together. Now, in this massive endeavor of 100 days, I am not by myself. I have some other crazy folks that are hanging out with me. And we're all doing projects that are fall and Halloween themed. Doesn't necessarily have to have blocks per se, as long as it's fall or Halloween themed. And so I invite everybody to join. I mean, I'm just the one that started it, but everybody is welcome to jump in at any point until October the 31st. And then, well, you know, that last minute November 1st, you've missed your chance. And then it'll be a whole nother, you know, then it'll be Halloween 2026 that we're working on. So, but no, I invite everyone and anyone and everyone to join. You know, send us pictures of your makes, show us whatever you're doing. I would love to see pictures. I'd love to put them in my video. I would love to give out some patches to folks who are participating. And so I don't care what it is. It could be whatever your little brain can come up with that is fall or Halloween related. I just need your name, how to credit you with your pictures, and I need your mailing address. And that, everyone is more than welcome to join. I'm not sure how international postage goes. I think I can still mail letters internationally. I'm not sure. I've never done it, so I don't know what the process is. So if you are an international viewer and you want to join, send me an email with your pictures and tell me just how in the world I am supposed to mail a letter to you, because I've never done it. I have never mailed a letter outside the United States. I haven't even mailed a letter to Alaska or Hawaii. So, I'm willing to try. You just have to help me out. Now, I do have some other folks, some tried and true folks that are doing this with me, that have been with me since the beginning. And that would be Missy at Missy's Universe and More. She is also making a blanket. You've got to go see her stuff. It's fabulous. And she puts out a video every day. Every single day she puts out a video. She's keeping up with her blocks. She's doing a fabulous job. Then there's Nova at novagnomecreations. She is also making blocks, but she is doing, she's making a sweater out of hers for herself and some littles in her life. She's kind of keeping it all under wraps. She's letting us see the blocks, but the grand finale will be when she shows us during her 13 days of Yarnoween. I kind of know the gist of the sweater. I mean, she showed us kind of the idea of what she's making, but she wants to keep it a secret, which is understandable. I would want to keep it a secret too. And then there's Patricia, who has made a little cell phone purse and a sweater. Not a sweater. I don't know where that came from. Probably Nova. Patricia at Yarny Cat Crochet. She made a bag and a scarf. There we go. And she made a bat amigurumi, and she made a mushroom amigurumi, and she made a corgi in a Halloween costume dressed as a queen. So she is, anytime she gets up with one of her projects, she's posting a video. So hers are kind of at irregular intervals depending on how long it takes her to make a project, and she is obligated to some other projects in between, which aren't we all? But I've really pretty much shoved everything else aside for this. I mean, I had a few things I was working on, but I'm just kind of, this has taken over my life. And so those are the people who are involved. I do know that my cousin Neva at Manic Mama Musing is starting to get back into the 100 Days of Halloween, and I'm so excited. I've been seeing her makes. She hasn't sent me any pictures, but I've been seeing her stuff on Instagram because we follow each other. I mean, like cousins do, you know. And she's been making some fabulous stuff too for Halloween. Halloween is one of her favorite holidays. I can't say as it's my favorite holiday, but I do love the season. I don't have a favorite holiday, because I mean, holidays are just a day, you know. And I don't know. I just don't have favorite holidays. I like the whole fall season, and I think because Halloween falls in the fall season, you know, whatever. So, and then there's more. If you're still hanging around, great. If you're a returning viewer and you're still hanging out. So I'm still toying with this idea. It's nagging my brain about writing the book for Halloween squares. I really want to do this. I think it's a good idea. And I want to do something like, I want to call it like the big book of Halloween crocheted squares, or the big book of Halloween, the big book of, I don't know what to call it, but I want to call it a big book because it's going to be a big book. I was thinking, you know, and give me your thoughts down below about, you know, I want to do like an A to Z book and have sections, like letter sections, and then different things, you know, like under C you would have candy and, you know, I don't know, caramel apples, S, you know, scarecrow, you know, different things like that. Bat under B, you know, just go through the whole alphabet and find different things. And, you know, I want to try to stay away from like licensed stuff. Like, I would love to put Harry Potter in, but I kind of got to leave it out, I think. Unless, you know, like, I mean, wizards, you know, we could put a wizard in there. But let me know what your thoughts about this book are, because I'm obviously going to need a lot of test crocheters. I don't know. I just think it would be a great idea. And then, you know, how I've provided free patterns through this whole thing. You know, I found free tutorials and stuff like that. And for alternate projects, I feel like in this book I could be doing like some of those alternate projects, you know, suggesting bags and blankets and sweaters and whatever, you know, and helping provide. See, this book's going to be huge. It's going to be huge by the time I get done. It's going to be this thick. But, so yeah, maybe we'll just, instead of 100 Days of Halloween 2025, I mean, we got to finish that out, but maybe we can do something like hashtag Halloween every day. Is that a thing? Is that anybody else's hashtag? Can I use that? I told you I'd come back. I just didn't know what it would be, because we're having too much fun to let this thing end. Now, you know, I know it's getting a lot for Missy and I to do a video every day, and but it'd be cool if we could just keep doing stuff. Have to throw that one out to Missy and see what she thinks. Do a Halloween every day, Halloween all year, something. Anyway, if you have any suggestions as to a hashtag that we could keep doing Halloween, drop it down below. Also, I know I've mentioned it before, but there is this patch for Halloween. I have it on good authority. There's going to be one coming up for Thanksgiving also. So be thinking about your Thanksgiving makes. And I don't know if every country has Thanksgiving. Do other countries have Thanksgiving? If you're from another country and you're watching, how do you celebrate Thanksgiving? Or do you even have Thanksgiving in your country? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know. But yes, there is going to be a patch for Thanksgiving. And there's one for Christmas as well. So just keep watching. And guess what? There are even patches being designed for 2026. So for those of you who wanted to join the biker gang crochet thing, you'd have to just go see somebody else's video for that. I can't remember. Was it Missy? Was it Patricia? I can't remember. Maybe it was Nova. One of those three had said something about, maybe it was Nova, about being like a biker gang, but it's a crochet gang because we got all these patches and we're going to put them on our jacket and sweatshirt, whatever. I don't know. But I really want to get into these patches too. And here we are, I'm on 100 days and I'm rattling on about other things. How does that even happen? Anyway, I have hung out with you for 20 minutes now and I've taken up enough of your time. So thanks for watching. I've enjoyed having all of you here in my little sewing room. And I'm going to wish you a frightfully fabulous rest of your Monday. And I will see you tomorrow.